Yo, what's going on guys, it's Cynical, and today for you guys I'm bringing you my thoughts and opinions towards the brand new Kingdom Hearts 3 2017 Orchestra trailer. I generally get this video out around the time of the release of a new trailer, but because of the fact that we got a lot of information towards D23, which is happening next month, and on top of that, of course, I've been doing my analysis and talking about specific aspects of the trailer itself, I haven't yet gotten around to doing this. So today, we're going to be doing exactly that. We're just going to be going through the trailer, I'll be expressing my thoughts and opinions towards certain different things. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is most certainly the world that is focused on within this trailer, and of course that is Olympus Coliseum. I'm sure it's probably going to be getting a name change in Kingdom Hearts 3, but yes, the gameplay that we see within this trailer is completely focused on the world of Olympus, or more so Hercules. Now, to be honest, I was kind of surprised to actually see this world return once again for another trailer, mainly because of the fact that we've actually seen so much of Olympus already within the E3 2015 trailer, and on top of that, we also got another trailer towards the end of 2015 for Jump Festa, and once again, that showed us a few different areas of Mount Olympus. More so, this trailer actually focused on Olympus itself, the actual heavens area, which I thought was really, really good. Although it still is the same world, we got to see a lot of new stuff to do with the world itself, which I think is really, really fantastic. They didn't focus too much on Mount Olympus, which is great because E3 2015 had a really large focus on Sora kind of running up the mountain itself. Of course, we did actually get to see a few seconds of Mount Olympus within the gameplay, but this time it kind of had like a rainy effect going on. And I'm sort of happy that they showed this, but then again, I'm kind of like, well, I wish they used this space to show something else just because of the fact that we've seen Olympus so many times. The reason why it does make me happy that they showed this, though, is it really shows the amount of improvements, I guess you could say, between what we're seeing in the 2017 trailer here and what we saw back in E3 of 2015. So this really could just be Square Enix showing us an example of the sort of progress they've made on the game thus far. Of course, in my analysis video, I went over the fact that, you know, the rain looks absolutely beautiful. I mean, we're not used to seeing sort of weather effects in Kingdom Hearts, so this is a completely new thing, and I honestly hope that Square Enix takes on these sort of weather effects, not just in Olympus, but for other worlds as well. I think seeing rainy or stormy weather in something like the Keyblade Graveyard for like dramatic and specific moments would work really, really well. The one good thing, though, about showing Olympus once again is it really gives us a sense of exactly how big the worlds will be in Kingdom Hearts 3, and still to this point we actually haven't even seen the entirety of Olympus itself, which is kind of crazy to think. So far we actually know that there's 3 major zones of the Olympus world. We have Mount Olympus itself, which is obviously a trek up the mountain. We also have the heavens area, which is known as Olympus, and then we also know that apparently Sora will be going to the city of Thebes to fight an interesting looking big ass Heartless. Now, who knows if the city of Thebes is designed for that specific Heartless encounter. We know that that Heartless is actually a boss. So yeah, the city of Thebes might just be used for that specific event, but there is also the possibility of the city of Thebes also being a pretty big area as well. So yeah, in a way, I'm happy that they showed Olympus once again, showing the new areas. It really gives us a sense of scale as to exactly how freaking big the worlds are in Kingdom Hearts 3. Back in E3 of 2015, it was sort of described that worlds will almost be open world, and that Square Enix are aiming to cut down sort of transitions between areas within worlds, and we can definitely see that within the footage that we're seeing here. However, though, for future trailers, I think we've seen enough of the Olympus Coliseum world. I don't think we need to see any more. Even though Thebes is possibly going to be an area of this world, I think we should just keep that for the game itself, and for Square Enix to not actually display it in a trailer, just because of the fact that we've seen so much of this world already. Moving along, I also wanted to talk about the heads-up display, because this time around, it seems to be that the heads-up display is actually fully functional. And this is a very important sort of point to bring up, and sort of points towards the fact of the game could actually be in a very playable state. If we look at the heads-up display back on older trailers, it seems to be that they're there for the purpose of just being there and no more, no less. However, within this trailer, it seems to be that the heads-up display is actually working to a fully functional state, which is a really, really good thing. We can see the situation commands now working within the gameplay, which also suggests the fact that Kingdom Hearts 3 is actually in a playable state. And so yeah, it seems to be that the heads-up display within this trailer is very close to that of a fully operable state. Now, in terms of the gameplay, it looks pretty damn cool. We got to see a bunch of different abilities and mechanics mechanics being used throughout this whole trailer. The first thing is, of course, drive forms. I love the fact that Square Enix have finally shown off drive forms. This got revealed towards the end of last year, and now, of course, we actually have some footage of these drive forms in action. Of course, we got the reveal of a brand new drive form, which was second form, which I'm absolutely falling in love with. I think the whole idea of bringing back older Kingdom Hearts abilities and actually utilizing it into a sort of mechanic is really cool. Of course, it sort of borrows the idea of, say, Limit Form from Kingdom Hearts 2, but then again, it incorporates abilities from Kingdom Hearts 2 and Kingdom Hearts 1, so it's going to be an interesting mix actually using that within the game. I would say it's probably going to be pretty damn powerful, but to be honest though, second form was probably one of the biggest highlights of this trailer for me personally. Counter Shield and stuff was also really cool as well. I mean, this is a brand new drive form that actually utilizes a Keyblade transformation, which is a pretty different thing for Kingdom Hearts, considering the fact that Keyblade transformations are a brand new thing for Kingdom Hearts 3. So to see a mixture of this brand new mechanic known as Keyblade transformations working alongside drive forms is something different, but I'm looking forward to actually figuring out how everything sort of coincides together and how they sort of work. I did a video a few days ago talking about the confusion between drive forms and Keyblade transformations, so I'm hoping sort of soon we get more of a clarification as to how these mechanics sort of work together. However, looking at the rest of the stuff, I mean, it's more so things that we've seen before, just a little bit more flashy and just different abilities being utilized. And so that I hope with the next Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer, we see stuff like, you know, gummy ship missions, or perhaps something to do with like synthesis, just other things, rather than having such a heavy focus on combat itself. I'm really not complaining when it comes to this, because I think combat is the, you know, main ingredient of Kingdom Hearts. It's what you're going to be doing like 80%, maybe even 90% of the time, right? And of course, we haven't actually seen a Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer in quite some time, so it only makes sense to show off the gameplay to see the sort of improvements Square Enix have made between the last time we saw a Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer. Looking at the models and stuff though, I think the models are also looking really, really fantastic. I can't really say the same though for like Xemnas. At first glance, I thought he looked really, really good, and I've sort of been like taking my time just looking at his model, and it looks a little bit off. I mean, looking at the Disney characters though, I think they look absolutely spot on, especially like Hades and Pete. They look really, really good. So in terms of the models for Disney characters, I think Square Enix are doing a really good job. Sora has been touched up quite a bit, so he's looking a little bit more natural nowadays. I think his face does look a little bit derpy when, you know, he's having that conversation with Xemnas. And then, of course, looking at Xemnas, he looks a little bit off. We still don't know when this game's coming out, though, so everything is still a work in progress itself. And I think, like, with each trailer or screenshot that Square Enix releases, it's a way of getting closer and closer and closer to the final product, because, you know, we're always seeing improvements, which is a really, really good thing. It was also really cool to see some more story cutscenes within the trailer as well. It kind of gives us more context as to what exactly is going to be transpiring throughout the story of the game. Obviously, in the E3 2015 trailer, we got a story cutscene at the start of the trailer and then towards the end of the trailer, and that cutscene kind of gives us a little bit of a conversation between young Ericus as well as young Xehanort, and it has been described that apparently that takes place at the very start of Kingdom Hearts 3, and in a way is obviously some origin backstory. This is more so some stuff that's actually going on like partway through Kingdom Hearts 3 itself, which is pretty crazy. It gives us some kind of context as to what Maleficent and Pete are going to be up to within the game itself. We know that as of right now, they're currently searching for that black box that was actually given to Luxu from the Master of Masters, and still to this day, we don't even know what's inside that box. But whatever it is, it must be some pretty damn important shit. And of course, we then got the final story cutscene towards the end of the trailer that shows a conversation between Sora, Donald, and Goofy, as well as Ansem and Xemnas. And this conversation is very interesting. Xemnas is talking about the fact that Sora wants to bring back Roxas, and I'm sure this hit home for a lot of people. I also know that it's pissed off a few people as well, because I feel as if some of the community feel like, you know, Roxas has had enough screen time. Yeah, he's had his sort of moments. He's had his part to play in the story. It's time to just leave him alone. To be honest, I kind of see where people are coming from. Roxas has had many different appearances throughout the games, and he's most certainly not the main protagonist. Although for some reason, Square Enix just like to focus on him like a lot. It's not really a particularly bad thing, because Roxas is a pretty damn interesting character. but bringing them back is, I don't know. Also, the last thing I thought I'd mention is obviously the skydiving thing. I think a lot of people are talking about this as of right now, just because of the sheer fact that we actually have never seen anything like this in a Kingdom Hearts game. I think the closest thing we've had to something like this is like the diving in Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, but like this is on a completely different scale. We are literally skydiving out of the damn clouds into the world. So like I was saying in my analysis video, it kind of makes me believe that within worlds, you might actually be able to just simply dive into them. Like, I'm sure there's probably going to be save points located around the world, and if you simply just can't be fucked to skydive into the world itself, you can just simply teleport to that save point within that world. But of course, if you are feeling dangerous and you know, want to pull some crazy shit, then, you know, Square Enix might be giving us the option to literally skydive into worlds. But now, guys, that is pretty much all of my thoughts and opinions towards the brand new trailer. I think Square Enix did a really fantastic job with this. And I feel like this trailer has given us more insight towards the current progression of the game itself. I feel like we're getting closer and closer and closer to the release. But honestly, who knows? We could still be like 8.6 years away from release, or maybe 2.9 years. I don't know, Square Enix is trying to play funny with that. The main point is, though, from seeing this trailer, it makes me believe that we're getting pretty damn close to release, and it makes me think that 2018 is actually very likely. However, we are still in for another trailer next month, which is even more exciting to think about, so I can't wait to see what Square Enix shows then. However, guys, in the comment section down below, let me know your guys' pivotal thoughts and opinions towards the brand new trailer, and until next time, guys, I'll catch you later. Peace.